Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at what's called an ordered stem and leaf plot, and the key word here is ordered. So what I've got here is I've got data, and basically the way I got this is I started a business. So I've noticed that leather pants have been out of fashion, so I started this leather pant business and I've been making these leather pants. So I asked 15 of my friends, so I got 15 friends, and I said, what size pants do you wear? And I took their measurement and I wrote down the measurements which they got, and these are the pant sizes I had. So I had some friend who was really small, he's got 28 size waist, and I got one friend who's got a big waist and he's all the way up to 40. So basically what I want to do is I want to order my data before I go through and I make the stem and leaf plot. So I'm just going to do that now. So I start with the smallest number. So these are all color coded. The smallest number here is 28. So 28 is going to be our smallest number. And then we look for our next largest. And waist sizes, if you don't know, they go up by 2s. So our next size is going to be 30. So I've got my 28. Then I've got 130, 30 here. Any more 30s? Nope. So I've got two 30s. Then 32s, the next size up. So I got 2 32s. Then we'll look for the next size up, 34, 3 34s. Then the next size up is going to be 36. So I go over to my 36. So I got 1 36 there. 2 36s, 3 36s. My next size is 38, and I've got 1, 2, 3 people with size 38 waist. And then lastly, I've got this one person with a size 40 waist. Cool. So that's our data when it's ordered. So if we have a stem and leaf plot, it looks like this. I'll draw it in green. Trees are green. Maybe I'll do brown for the stem. So we've got this brown stem, and then we've got, so this is what we call our stem. So it's brown. And then on the right, we have our leaves. So our leaves will kind of spread out this way, and we've got this stem here. So in our stem, what we do is we put down the tens. So this is also what's called like a tens column. So for our data here, each number has a 10 unit out the front. So for 28, it has 2 lots of 10 out the front. For 30, it's got 3 lots of 10 plus 0. For 30, again, 3 lots of 10 plus 0. For 32, 3 lots of 10 plus 2. 3 lots of 10 plus 2. For 34 is 3 lots of 10 plus 4. 34, 3 lots of 10 plus 4. 3 lots of 10 plus 4. And it's the same. So 3 lots of 10 for any numbers in 30. And 4 lots of 10 for any numbers of 40. So this stem here, we basically put down lots of 10. So we've got 0 lots of 10 would just be, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 lot of 10 would be, say, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then 2 lots of 10 would be 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 3 lots of 10, 30, 31, and so on. So we can write that down here. But because we only have data which goes from 28 to 40, and most of our data is around there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my plot at this 2 lots of 10. Then I'm going to have my next lot of 10 as the 30, but instead of just having this 1 3, I'm going to put a second 3 here, and then we'll go down to 40. So the reason I've got these 2 3s is as follows. So this first 3, I'll use it for the numbers 30 to 34. And this second 3, I'll use it for the numbers 35 to 39. This first 4 will cover the numbers 40 to 44. And this 2 will cover the numbers of 25 to 29. So, how do we get our data from just being a lovely line of data here down into this stem and leaf plot? Well, what we do is we go to our data point and we look at it and we say how many lots of 10 are there. So for 28 there's 2 lots of 10, and there's 8 ones. So 2 lots of 10 plus these 8 ones. We come down here to our stem, we say there's 2 lots of 10, so we look at this category here, and then as our leaf we put in the units, or the number of ones we have. So this number here, this 8, will be our leaf. So for 28, it's 2 lots of 10 plus this 8, we get 28. If we do the next one for 30, we can see that it's got 3 lots of 10 as outlined here, but it has no units. So it's got 0 units, so we'd go down to this 3 stem here, which is for the units 30 to 34, and we'd basically just put down 0 units. So if we were to do that for the first 30, so this 28 has been done, we can cross that out. This first 30 has been done, we can cross that out. So for our next 30, it's the same process. We've got 3 lots of 10, so we come down to our 3 lots of 10, where we have 30 to 34, and we put down a 0 again in our units, and we can cross that out. For 32, we can go to this 3 lots of 10 and see that there's 2 units. So we come down to our stem and leaf plot and put down a 2 for our units. So for 32 again, we can see that there's 3 lots of 10. We come down to our 3 lots of 10, and we've got 2 units. We can cross that out and put our 2 units there. For 34, there's 3 lots of 10, so we come down to our 3 lots of 10, and we can see that there's 4 units, so we write a 4 there. We can cross that out. For 34 again, we've got 3 lots of 10. We can see there's 4 units, so we can come down and put a 4 in our leaf column. And we do the same thing again for 34, 3 lots of 10, come down to our 3 lots of 10 category, and we've got 4 units, so we put another 4 there. Cool. And then what we'll see is the next size we have is 36, which is in this yellow. So we've got 2 3s here, and the first one basically covers 30 to 34. 36 doesn't fall into that category. It falls into this 35 to 39 category. So with this 36, even though we have 3 lots of 10, we don't go down to our first 3. We go down to our second 3. And we've got our 3 lots of 10. We go to our second 3, which is this 35 to 39 column, and we put a 6 in our units column, or our leaf, because this is 3 lots of 10 with a 6 for the leaf. And we can cross that out. For 36 again, we've got 3 lots of 10. We come down to our second category, this 3 down here, and we see that we've got 6 units. We can put down another 6. For 36 again, we've got 3 lots of 10, and we've got 6 units. We come down to our second 3, and we put a 6 in the units column. For 38, this falls into our 35 to 39 category. So we have 3 lots of 10. We come down to this second 3, and we've got 8 units, so we put an 8 as our leaf. For 38 again, we've got 3 lots of 10. We come down to our second 3. We put an 8 into our units column. And for 38 again, we've got 3 lots of 10, and we've got 8 units, so we come down and we put an 8 into our units column. Then for 40, we have 4 lots of 10. So we come down to here, and where our stem says 4 lots of 10, which is this 4 here, we take a 4, we go down to our 4 lots of 10, but we've got a 0 in the units column, so we put down a 0. And that's how we draw up a stem and leaf plot. So this is the stem, and these are the leaves. So the interesting thing to note is that we already have our data in order when we go to our stem and leaf plot. So when we go to read it, we can say that our first number is 28, because we can see that we have it in the units column, in the tens column, sorry, we have 2, so we've got 2 times 10. And then in our units column, we've got this 8, so we add our 8 units, so that's going to be 28. So we can kind of read data straight out of our stem and leaf plot, just by knowing how to read one. The other thing is we can also determine the shape of our distribution from a stem and leaf plot. So if we're looking at it here, we can see that most of the data is in this category here. So it's around these 2 3s. and it's almost symmetrical. So we could draw a pretty symmetrical curve around this data plot because we've got one number here, and sort of a pretty decent amount of symmetry around this center bit. So we can also infer the shape of our data just from looking at our stem and leaf plot. So we'd say this is roughly symmetrical. So that's a stem and leaf plot about leather pants. If you want to visit my leather pants store, just go on Google, and that's basically how we draw up a stem and leaf plot. So cheers guys.